So every skateboarder has their tricks that they like to do to warm up and feel good on the board. For me, I have 5 specific flat ground tricks that I like to do every single session. You guys see me do them all the time, especially on flat. And it just helps me get used to how the board is feeling, how I'm feeling for the day. It helps me get a good judge on if I'm going to do anything out of the ordinary, or I guess in the ordinary. Basically, with me doing these 5 tricks, I can tell whether I'm ready to go try something new and just get a good idea of how I'm feeling. If it takes me a long time to get these 5 tricks, then I know for sure that I need to spend more time on some flat, or I may not need to take the session as seriously and I can mess around. It just depends on how I feel when I land these tricks. But for me, my 5 tricks that I like to warm up with are back 180, pop shove it, front side 180, switch shove, and then fakie big spin. Those 5 tricks, you guys see me do a whole bunch, and for me it just helps me feel very comfortable on the board. And sometimes I like to throw a bonus trick, which would be the nollie big spin that I like to do. I like doing them both ways, but I've been doing them front side a lot more because they're sick and not a lot of people do them. But I'm gonna go on ahead and do these 5 tricks and give you guys a reason on why I choose these 5 tricks every time and why there's no flip tricks in my 5 tricks. So let's get to it. I know I could do a better one. I slid that one a lot, but I'll have to do. All right, so let's talk. So skateboarders, we all have our tricks that make us feel comfortable on the board. For my tricks, I chose those specific tricks because they're tricks that I know I can do really, really well. And when I miss them, it's because it's either something I'm doing with my upper body that's incorrect, or it could be slightly bad foot placement, or I'm just a little bit late on like the sliding motion if it's like the back 180 or front 180, or I could be doing a little bit too much scoop or too little scoop if it's like the pop shove, the switch shove, or the fakie big spin. Because I do these tricks a lot, I know that if something is wrong with the trick, I can point it out really easily and fix it right away. Versus something like kickflip, which I also do a pretty decent amount, not as much since that primo I had off of the kicker that kind of jacked my foot. But like normally with kickflip, sometimes I can like underflip, and the first thought that comes to your mind is, all right, you need to flick a little harder. But it could also be, I might need to move my foot up, I might need to move my foot back, I may need to move my foot more inward, maybe more outward. With kickflip, as much as I do them, I don't have that same sense of, all right, this is what I need to fix right away, as I do with those 5 specific tricks I just mentioned. The cool thing about it is that I kind of exhibit using the board in all forms that I need to, except for nollie, which is kind of ironic because I don't do as much switch as I do nollie. But as you guys saw, my switch shove it is actually really solid now. For me, switch shove it is a confidence builder because I pretty much do them every single time. And on top of that, it helps me get used to like how I'm gonna feel rolling in the opposite way. Me as a regular skater, when I roll basically goofy or rolling switch, there are tricks that feel a little bit easier and tricks that take a lot more effort. But overall, I'm not 100% comfortable rolling switch because I don't spend that much time doing it. But with switch shove, especially because switch shove is a trick that tends to toss a lot of people, I figured out where I need my feet in general and what I need to do with my right leg and my left leg in order to make that trick happen pretty much every time. Now, sometimes I do land primo, but it's actually really rare that that happens to me. Most times when I miss switch shove, it's me over rotating, and that's pretty sick to have gotten to that point with that trick. As far as fakie big spin, I like to do fakie big spin because it's a trick that involves you trusting your board a little bit more than the other 4 tricks I mentioned. Well, all right, let me say 3, because you really got to trust yourself with switch shove or you get folded with a primo or something of that nature. But other than those first 3 tricks I mentioned, not the switch shove, fakie big spin requires me to trust myself, trust my scoop, trust my rotation, trust my upper body's position in order to land on that trick and roll away smooth. As you guys saw, I still rolled away with wheel bite, but that comes with the turn and looseness that I have with my Thunder trucks. But even so, I still got a good rotation and still able to roll away. For me, it's just a comfort trick. I could possibly do something else like a tray flip or like a kick flip or like a heel flip, which these are all tricks I can do, but the real confidence builder comes from the fakie big spin, because I have to leave my board for a second and hope that I did everything right before coming back to it, which for me, fakie big spin is the one big spin that every single time I know what I need to do to fix that in order to land. Nollie big spin is starting to feel the exact same way because I do it so much, but the difference between my nollie big spin and my fakie big spin is that my nollie big spin, I tend to drag the rest of the 180 with the whip motion, whereas my fakie big spin, I could do that if I wanted to, but I like to pop that one, because for me, fakie big spin, I rather get more of that forward rotation in the air. After seeing people like Shane O'Neill get those super nice rotations every single time in fakie big spin, I started to kind of want that too. So that's something I'm working my way up to, which is why fakie big spin is my 5th trick in my warm-up special. Let me know in the comments, what are your top 5, or what are your 5 tricks that you have to do every session in order to get warmed up? Because if you guys have noticed, I use back 180, front 180, pop shove, switch shove, and fakie big spin almost in every single video that you see me skating. And I know it gets repetitive, but those are the tricks I like to use every single time to warm up. And that's simply because when I do all 5 of those tricks, especially when I do it in the fastest session, it makes me feel like I'm ready to go skate. Like right now, I know I could skate for like an hour if I could, but I'm on a lunch break and I actually need to end this video like right now so I can get back to work and not be late from lunch. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Of course, let me know what your guys' top 5 tricks are for warming up. And then if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of content coming your way very, very soon. Shoe reviews, vlogs, skateboarding, skate edits, and whatever else I can come up with. You guys will enjoy it. Trust me on that one. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Let me go on ahead and get to work. Let's go. Peace out.